Hi guys, welcome to the African Diaspora channel. On this video, I'll be reacting to a video that Asad El Malik did with his wife. They are Black Americans, African Americans. They are from Louisiana in America, and right now they live in South Africa. They are a beautiful couple, and I always like watching their channel because they are so funny, and I hope you enjoy this video. In this video, Asad and his wife are basically giving advice to African Americans / Black Americans who are planning to visit or move to Africa. What not to do or what not to expect. They did a whole video on their YouTube page, so please make sure you go to their YouTube channel and watch the full video. But I'm just going to pick like a few things that they say that I found quite entertaining, funny, and I thought I'll share with you guys. So please listen to this. And then before we go any further, I also want to say that I'm an African who lives in America. I've been living in America for a while, and I love it when African Americans / Black Americans go to Africa. I think and I really believe that Africa will improve and become, a more developed continent if our brothers in the diaspora go and invest in the continent of Africa. So when I see African Americans like Mr. Asad and his wife move to Africa, they move their whole family to Africa. So when I see them doing things like that, moving their whole family, working in Africa, promoting Africa, it warms my heart. So that's why I follow their channel, and that's why I watch most of their videos. They are based in South Africa, in Johannesburg. So you guys, please make sure you subscribe to their channel and enjoy this video.
Yeah, but anyway, why Black Americans should not move to Africa. Number one. What's number one, Adrian?
Don't move here if you expect that everyone will treat you as their long-lost cousin. They couldn't wait to see you.
Understand that everybody does not know the history of Black Americans, the transatlantic slave trade. Now it's so important to us. It is central in our identity. Right? It is central in our identity. How did we become Americans? We became Americans through the slave trade.
Right? Don't get started.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there.
No, they're gonna be all in your things, brother.
Yeah.
We are the original people.
Oh my God.
Let me just pause there for 1 second because this is funny. All right. A lot more African Americans, Black Americans, I don't know where they are getting this from, but they are saying that they don't have roots to Africa. They are saying that they have always been in America, that they are not part of the slave trade, which I don't know, to me is absurd. I don't know if they're ashamed to be African. I don't know if they're ashamed to have African roots or where this is coming from. But yes, a lot more African Americans than before are denying their African roots. So this is why Asad and his wife are laughing, because even to them, they think it's very absurd. It makes no sense. And listen to this, guys.
Oh my God.
That's why I said, oh Lord, here they go.
All for them when they say that.
In your comments in 3,
oh my
2.
God. Oh my God. We Aboriginals from Turtle Island. Okay. Explain sickle cell. If you don't understand sickle cell, go somewhere else. Explain sickle cell. Explain sickle cell. If you don't know what I mean, sickle cell anemia. Explain sickle cell, Black people's connection to sickle cell and West Africa. Then come back over it. Our central identity of how we become African Americans is through transatlantic slave trade, but everyone doesn't know that history. As important as it is to us, and as central as it is to us, people have dealt with atrocities. I mean, that atrocity started in 1619. Some people say 1555, whatever have you. But that atrocity supposedly ended in 1865. From 1865 to 2023, there have been so many atrocities that different groups of people have had to deal with, have had to live through. The traumas of ethnic strife and ethnic cleansing and the stuff that went on in Rwanda. Yeah, the people that history for us is so fresh and new, and that we think everyone in the world should know about our history. They don't. They don't. Even the people in Nigeria and Ghana, where we come from, right? And Mali, all the people don't know about our history. They know about the little. They may know in Ghana with the little slave coast or whatever have you, but the average Ghanaian may not know how deep that history went. Right? You know,
and sometimes even when people know, they might have known it, but they may not necessarily connect to it.
Right.
You know, because they might have their own stuff that they do.
And they might be like, well, you know, that happened to them because now we are able, because we have now been identified as a new group of people. So that happened to them. Right? Now, you have some very conscious African brothers and sisters. You have some of the learned or some of the aware or the woke who understand. But the everyday person may not understand. So don't come over here and go. And then when you going, a lot of times we in Tanzania talking about you supposed to recognize that ain't really where we came from, big dog. No. You went way over to East Africa. Your grandmama and them people came from you know, across somewhere. Yeah, you on the wrong side. Right. Yeah. So
from Cameroon
and you expecting these people to be just like, oh, welcome home, brother. They're like, you live on the other side of the town.
You took a wrong turn.
You know. I mean, and they have their own, like the East African slave trade with the Arabs. They had their own situation going on, right? So the idea, now granted, I would say here in South Africa, we hear welcome home, this is your home, and all of that so often, and excuse me.
And of the places I've been in Africa, this is probably the most I've ever heard that.
Right.
Or the most where I've seen a connect, where people feel a connection.
Right.
I mean, everywhere else, you know, a lot of other places I was Missouri. You know.
And I don't even know what that means. Oh, foreigner. Okay.
Foreigner, you know?
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
just like, hit her up for some money.
Yeah.
I didn't take offense to it though.
Don't come to
It is
Africa
what it is.
or Africa if you don't realize this very important fact that per capita, African Americans are the richest Africans on planet Earth per capita. Now we're poor in America because everything has to be contextualized. It's all relative. We're poor in America, right? Go check the numbers if you don't believe what I'm saying. The average black household has household median income is about 42,000 USD. That's household income. That means there's two or whoever got an income in the house. Two, that could be husband, wife, that could be mama, son, 42,000, right? So we know that we are poor in that context. But because we earn USD, because we earn that dollar, when we're taken out of that context, we become the wealthiest Africans on planet. So don't come here and not expect people who see you with wealth and see you, and then the perception of America is that we have wealth and opulence just in the United States, no matter what race you are.
Right.
And then
the media puts out the Oprahs and the Beyonces.
Exactly, and the Jay-Z's.
They're seeing that.
All the rappers got on gold and the mouth full of diamonds, and you be like, oh, the black people doing good over there. And then you come over here with that American accent, they're supposed to ask you for extra. I know if I was them, I would. You know what I'm saying, brother? Can you hold me? Let me hold a little tip right quick.
I might even call you brother.
I'm gonna call you whatever you need to call. You know, walk. Look, don't look nothing like Beyonce. Look like look like Kelly, but I'm gonna call you Beyonce. Beyonce, can I hold something? But it only makes sense, right? It only makes sense. We know we do the same when rappers come to the or basketball players. Right, those black folk that we think have money come back to the poor black communities. Don't we be like, you know, let me hold something, or we even say stuff like they should be giving back to the communities. Right, and I believe that. I'm part of that. I believe that. I believe that we should, though the Bible says that to whom much is given, much is required. Right, but we see that, and we can understand it when it's the rapper coming to the community. Right. But then when it's us going over here and saying, and people recognizing, hey, these people have some wealth. These people, and that context, we know we don't really have it. And I think that's part of the problem. We know we really don't have it.
Looking like,
We like, oh no, we really ain't got no money. Because we cut. That's a trauma.
I got, I need to hold on to it.
That's a trauma from the U.S. We broke in the U.S. We struggling.
Ain't no trauma. That's real talk.
Yeah.
I don't have it to give away.
That's how we feel. But at the same time, we should not be like off-put or taken aback when people, we have this perception that we have wealth, that we have money because we come from the United States, and that they were going to try to get over, you know? And then guess what? People in your own city get over on you. You'll be right there in Houston, somebody trying to get over on you, trying to hit you up for, you paid $2,600 to get your car fixed, and it only costs $800 to really do it. Yeah, he got over on you. Yeah, but you know, we accept that, yeah. Right. What other reason? The relationship between racism and white supremacy. Now, here in South Africa, we got to put South Africa in a little caveat. Like, yeah, they understand that racism, the relationship between racism and white supremacy. As black South Africans and colored South Africans, they understand it. But we will add this caveat that we cannot project or superimpose our African American definitions of race and what we think race should be and how race should work on to South Africa. Mainly because we, you know, black folk hear that term colored and they get to, I can't believe they still over there calling people colored. Man, it means something totally different.
Totally different.
It means something totally different, you know.
And even their relationship to it is a little different. It's not the same. It might on the surface look similar.
Right.
But it's not the same.
It's not, nothing is 100% the same. So we became racially mixed as African Americans, mainly through sexual assault. And let's call it what it is. Some people say, well, she was in love with her slave master. No, she wasn't. She was a slave. And if you believe that a slave can fall in love with a slave master and make a baby, we need to have a conversation about consent. And more importantly, about the ability to withhold consent. Do you think that slave was able to tell that slave master not tonight she got a headache? If she wasn't able to tell him that
all right, guys. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel and also to Assad's channel. And please, I hope you were inspired by this video and that some of you will travel to Africa at some point, invest in Africa, and move there if you want to. You know, Africa is the future. Thank you for watching.